Welcome to Victoria Park. It is round 3 of the 2018 Australian UniSA Super Series for HPVs. My name is Paul Richards, and it is to the capital city we've come now. No matter where you're watching right around the world, welcome to Adelaide, the driest state, the driest city, the driest continent on Earth. In fact, the Weather Bureau, let me read you something here. Warmer and drier winter on the way for South Australia, says the Bureau of Meteorology. Well, today it has hailed, and it will hail again. There are 40-kilometre-an-hour winds coming. The track is soaked. The pit area is soaked, and these riders are hoping for a good clean start. Now, the sun is out at the moment, but the race is going to be fairly tricky, especially for those with a closed canopy, because it does fog up. 51 teams today. Now, this is the first of 2 days. This is a split round here. Unlike Mount Gambier, unlike Loxton, this one here, we have categories 4, 5 and 6. Now, category 4 is your under 17, all community teams. Under 17s is your category 4. And they're at the back of the grid. Your category 5s are your under 20s, and then you've got your open category, your really fast teams just here. Not to say the others aren't fast, but these are your real blasters here. Behind the camera here, I'm just going to swing around. This team has caused trouble for everyone over the last 2 races. This is Toothless. Wattle Racing Toothless will catch up with Geordie, actually, as the race starts. We'll catch up with Geordie a little later. He has been one of the men really behind all of this for a long time. One to watch, but there's plenty of competition here today. And let's go and introduce you to some of them now. To the right of the camera, Gold Member Tri-Sled, a wonderful team. This is a team that is really blooding its youth here. And many successes. Tri-Sled's known many successes. They're a very experimental, very vibrant, positive team with Ben Goodall at the helm. Let's go down here, Em, now, and we'll just check out some of the colours and the feel of the grid. It's a little different, isn't it, from Loxton and from Mount Gambier, in that there's a more adult feel to it, in that, well, basically because everyone's a bit more adult, I suppose. There's less sound, there's less noise. It's not to say there's no atmosphere here. There is plenty. There's a lot of anticipation. We are using a different track again here at Victoria Park as well. And a lot of these guys, some of them aren't that happy about it. Some of them are. It's a shorter track. We'll take you on a track tour a little later, just after the rolling start, and you'll see what we're talking about. We're not going under the grandstand this time. We're going to take a much shorter track, which really takes off quite a few hundred metres from the area. Okay, getting into the thick of it now. We're still in the category 6s, coming back to the category 5s. Here's someone, I'm just going to throw the mic in front of him, from Apex Racing. How are you, boss?
Good.
Okay, tell us about your team.
New team this year, being second race, so hoping to do well.
You seem fairly chilled in the vehicle. How are you feeling?
Reasonably chill. Don't want to stress out, so.
Now, this vehicle, as you can see, open canopy here. So he's going to cop the hail and the rain and the wind. But one benefit of this is that your closed bikes, for example, this over to your right here. Let me just pop through. This one's closed, but for a few air vents. So they do tend to fog up. If you get a really cold spell, like a really wintry snap come through, the rider has to struggle with that. They use anti-mist spray often inside the vehicles. That's probably one of the biggest things. The other is slip today, I would imagine. I've got my Michael Jackson one glove thing going on here. But thanks for that, mate. Come here. You want to be on camera? We'll do that. We'll broadcast you to the world. What's your name?
Henry.
Henry, who are you with today?
Here was Old Scholars, Creefers.
Oh, good luck. You guys have done well over the years.
Yeah, we've gone pretty far. Now we're just hoping we can keep that going.
All right, well, we'll see how they go. So 51 teams, as I said. We'll just do a little sneak through here, Em. It's 9:53. We've got the rolling start in a couple of minutes and the national anthem. We'll stop about here. I just want to show you something. Look at the love this vehicle has had. There's some kisses and cuddles this vehicle could tell us about. If these vehicles could talk. So this fella who we've met before, this is one of the Masters teams. So within Category 6, there are Masters. And you'll see when we meet the fella in here. Just come around here, Em. Just around. G'day, boss. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Yourself?
Good. You're in the Masters category, obviously.
No, I think we're still Cat 4.
I've stuffed that up.
I'm actually a master myself.
Yeah, I thought as much, yeah. Look, good luck.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Yeah, so the Masters are of my vintage, and this fella's, I don't know how old he is, but he'd fit the profile for sure. 44, there you go. He fits the profile. We need to have the national anthem, so we're going to wander through the crowd here. I'm going to disappear into the mist for a moment. Enjoy. Stick with us. Thanks to Floodlight Media. This is the broadcast of round 3, the Saturday. We're on again tomorrow, the Saturday of this very, very cold start to the Australian HPV Super Series. Thanks to UniSA, Floodlight Media bringing you the pictures. Get this race on the road. All riders in your vehicles, please be ready for the rolling lap. National anthem coming shortly. All riders, please be ready. The grid must now be clear. The grid must now be clear. Only riders in their vehicles can remain. The grid must now be clear. The grid must now be clear. Great atmosphere down here now. They're buckling in. Wattle Racing, Toothless is ready. Team Relentless next door. Oh, look, Big Ben is going into the bike here. The head, they have to actually shove his head. His helmet rests against the canopy here. He is a big stretch of a rider, this fella. And they're just getting Benny in now. So the harness goes on. Next to them, a very successful team this year. Unhinged is here. As you can see, this is Ben going in now. He works for the pedal pre as well. So you all set, Benny?
Yeah, all set here, mate. It's going to be a bit of a slippery start, I reckon, but people take it careful and hopefully we'll get through the first few laps pretty unscathed.
Okay, well, let's hope so as well. It is going to be a very fast pace. We're talking about 60, 70 kilometres an hour, and this track has some mean corners. If you look down here, this is where they'll head on the rolling lap in a few minutes' time, and down the end where you can see the orange fence, the corner goes like this. It's downhill. And then it leans to the right, and then it leans to the left, and you're turning right at the same time. It's a mean corner, that one. So they are just checking the transponder here. They're just checking this is what's happening here. They're just making sure that the transponder's gone across. Okay, everyone's getting ready. The grid must now be clear. 51 teams are almost set. You must have your tail lights on. All vehicles must have their tail lights on. David Knight, are you ready for your moment? All vehicles must have tail lights, solid tail lights on. There's the clamshell of G-Trikes over here. That's just closing up as well. Moose is in Wattle Racing here. He's in pole. Benny's alongside there. We've got, is that Aiden in there? Yeah, g'day Aiden, how you doing? Michael Nottingham's in Peninsula Human Power, just down here. And we've got, is that Nat? Yes, it is. Yeah, g'day. Down there. So there's your front 5. We're very close. We're slightly behind schedule here. We're almost set. The grid must now be clear. I've been asked to talk to the boss, so I'll be off the air for just a moment. And so here we are for round 3. This is your seniors' day, your community day. It's categories 4, 5 and 6. The rolling lap will take place straight after the national anthem in just a moment. There is no pace car. You guys, the front 6 here, the front 5, will lead us around at a slow pace. They'll all receive a green flag when they re-enter this straight. From there it'll be race on. You'll cross this and 6 hours later we'll finish round 3 for the Saturday. We're back with the juniors tomorrow, of course. So Em, we'll move away. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please be upstanding for the Australian national anthem. And so let the rolling lap begin. Let's move it off. Away we go. Now, we did a lap earlier today in the golf cart. We're going to take you for a tour. As these guys go around, you're going to get a bird's eye view. Let's cross to that now. And so behind the pace car they go, underneath the bridge here. We'll take you for a lap over the Adelaide, South Australia. Great logo that for the state of South Australia. So this straight here is your downhill straight. We'll go pretty much the pace they'll be going around this warm-up lap. I've just got to watch both ways here. This is a really tricky corner, this one. I love this corner, and this, in fact, gets a lot of drama. A lot of races over the years that we've held this here come unstuck at this corner. Also, a lot of races, if you weave it properly and you keep your rhythm going here and you find your line about here, you need to know where you're going, you can make yourself really set up for the rest of the lap. You keep doing that, you have a really terrific race. But a lot of dreams do fall apart about here. If you take this corner like this, if you take it really tight and you're going too fast, you're in trouble straight away. You're not going to make this corner. The camber switches to the left very suddenly. Now you've got your vehicle, you've realised you've gone too fast, and what happens here is you're going to lose the back of your vehicle. You're going towards that fence. So you need to just think about your line here. Strange part of the track, it goes uphill. Now we go over the crest and downhill. We've got Wakefield Street to our left where the parking is. We used to use that in 2006, 7, and I think 8 as well. We used to shut down the roads, in fact. Now we've got the track to ourselves. Now this is the shorter track. We head around here. G'day, Alex. We head around to the right, and this is a nice downhill bit. Now the track part we're using today is the shorter track for Saturday and the longer track for Sunday here. We'll see if we can get through these pedestrians and keep race pace. Thank you, guys. So this here, oh goodness, what's going on? The drama. Thank you. So you've got to watch for slower traffic on the track as well. So we'll head down here. The old Queen Victoria Hospital ahead of us here. The grandstand, there's a dog carrying a stick, in fact. A lot of people walk their dogs here, but there's the grandstand there, heritage listed grandstand. We'll come down here. Now this is the track they use for the Adelaide 500, the V8 race early in the year. So it's already passed this year. And this is where they head into the pits. Same with us. This is what we'll do as well. So you're in race pace here. Queen Victoria Hospital ahead of us. You're going down here. You've got a split in the lane here. You've got pit lane to your right. I find this very frustrating. As a rider, you'll go into that and you lose a lot of time here around that slow right hook. If you're staying on the track, if you're not pitting, you've got a tricky corner here. Pick your line here, pick your line, think about what you're doing, watch for slower traffic. It is a difficult hairpin, this. It really does catch a lot of bikes out. You can feel the momentum throwing us to the left here. This hairpin, a full 180 degrees into the straight again. This is where we started now. We're heading up here. We've got the pits M on our right. You can just see the pits to our right here. And we'll head through here. Now the pace car peels off around here. He'll really move away and they'll come up here now. Now they start pushing the pedals. Now they start really going for it. We've got the bridge which signifies the start line here and 6 hours of racing ahead. This is the short track on Victoria Park and round 3 for our 2018 Australian Super Series for the HPVs. I better stop here and the race is off. Well, they are away, and with me is the man who hopes to make it, 3 from 3, Geordie, with Toothless.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult today, though, with the weather, the wet track, wind, so, yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
It's a shorter track today, too. What do you think?
Well, I actually had the opportunity to race this track before they went to long tracks, so, no, I think with the shorter field, smaller field, it should make racing a lot better.
Well, 51 teams, and here they come now. In fact, this is not you leading, but this is the Trump trikes. There's been, in fact, in there. This is you now. Doesn't really worry you. 1 lap down.
No, 1 lap. It all matters at the end of the 6 hour mark. So we're hoping to come home strong, and yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what plays throughout the day.
Well, that's the sort of pattern you guys have pulled from memory this year. Is, you know, you in fact you didn't lead for a little while in our most recent race in Loxton, and then there you were, and once you're there, you know. So today, expecting good things. You mentioned that the wet track might be difficult. What sort of challenges are out here?
So with these trikes, they seem to aquaplane a fair bit, and also, because there's not much weight on the rear wheel, they like to drift out a fair bit. So we noticed that in the sprint demonstration last year, you've seen a lot of trikes going off the track, so we're hoping to keep it clean. If we can keep it on the track, just keep circulating, I'm sure we'll be up there at the end.
When we did our run around the track earlier today, we were looking at the camber of this first corner and, you know, the wetness and just the way the whole thing works. That's a tricky thing in a golf cart. When you're clipping along at 60 or 70 Ks, it must be really hard.
Yeah, in the dry it's pretty fun, but in the wet it's quite sketchy. So, but no, most of our riders have got plenty of experience, so yeah, just ride smart and hopefully we can keep it on the track, as I said.
And last question, just before I let you go, and the rain's starting to come down as we expected. It's going to hail today. It's going to be fun. Is that a problem? Like if it hails, do you get like an awful fogging?
Yeah, in the rain, because we're fully enclosed, we've got all our wheels sealed off. We tend to fog quite easily, but we've started the race with holes in our windows. So if it does rain, I'm hoping we're set and just can stay out there until we have to pit a rider.
Well, they haven't been beaten this year. Good luck. I'll let you go because of this weather. Good on you, Geordie. We'll talk to you. Maybe we'll see you on the podium a little later. Well, 6 hours from now. We're at Victoria Park, sunny Adelaide. A warm winter expected, warmer than normal. It feels like 4 degrees, and that's literal. That's what it's saying on the weather forecast right now. The rain has been intermittent but heavy. We had a massive hailstorm here last night. It's going to get very windy, blowy. So at the moment, the wind is coming from behind the vehicles as they're heading towards the camera here. What that means, of course, and that wind will pick up to 30 or 40 Ks later on, later this morning, when they head down the opposing straight, it's in their face. It's very tricky to do. The aquaplaning, when it gushes down with rain, you watch, that'll be happening too. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast here from Victoria Park. It is round 3. It's the first of 2 days. We're doing this again tomorrow with all of the schools, in fact. So it's split from how it used to be. And this is all community teams. If you've just joined us, hi. We're in Adelaide at the moment, and we are with all of the community teams. Division 4 is your under-17s, Division 5 is your under-20s, and category number 6 is your open category, which Geordie, for example, with Toothless is in. So some good speeds being seen, some different vehicles passing us by here. Just 51 vehicles on this shortened track today. We'll see if we can get you some times and some idea of who's leading. Well, I know who's leading, and it's actually the team in black. Benny O'Connell is leading at the moment, with Moose in second in Wattle Racing Toothless. You can catch us online, by the way, of course. Facebook, we've got a Facebook page. Go to Australian International Pedal Prix. And also for our live stream, you can also find us. Well, if you're watching, you know where to find us already. But let people know our website is pedalprix.com.au. So it's now just gone 10 o'clock here in Adelaide. It's 10:10, 5 hours 50 still to go on this miserable, let's face it, miserable winter's day. When is it not like this during June at Victoria Park? It really is a shocker. And throughout the day we'll be bringing you footage of what's happening, and we'll show you the wrap at 4 o'clock local, so 6 hours from now as well. This straight here, you can see the grid marks on the ground here. This is the motor racing track for those of you who don't know Adelaide. This is what they use for the old Clipsal 500, now called the Adelaide 500. We're at the actual start line of it. Massive grandstands sit in front of the big gums over there. It's a beautiful part of the state here. And in 2006, I think, or no, 2008, the council decided to make it the People's Park. So you'll see a lot of people walking their dogs here. It's a lovely place to come, all free entry. It really is a beautiful place. And the lap times, I'm already noticing, they're very quick. It's such a short track. Such a short track here. The Bruce goes by. Let you enjoy some track footage for a moment. So far so good. A little sprinkling of rain. We're in for a tricky day here at Victoria Park. If you can get down here, we'd love to see you. Otherwise, the live timing is up as well through our website. You can follow that all day. And if you want to follow more of this broadcast, you can join us again, thanks to Floodlight Media, at 1 o'clock local. So right now it's 10:12, so just under 3 hours from now, we will be back here letting you know at the halfway point of round 3 what's been happening here on this very blustery winter's day in Adelaide. Until then, enjoy the live timing. That's what I'm trying to say. And we are in for a blast of a race here. I think this one is going to be very exciting. And then again tomorrow, of course, the juniors are here. On behalf of the Australian International Pedal Prix, have a great day. Back soon.